Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do an overview of the Sorbo razor. And this is one wicked razor, let me tell you. It is completely different from what you would think. Also, don't mind the AC. It is hot. We're having a heat wave here in California and I'm not sitting in a hot car. So, all right, let's get into it. All right, so you can see here, these are the two types of razors I've used. I've really only used the Unger brands. I have used the Atori brands in the past. This is the standard Unger razor, fixed and doesn't move. You can see you pull out this thing to put your razor in. And over time, you can see that this kind of stuff gets really dirty. These are super fragile, they break. And that was the biggest problem I've had with this type and the Unger type. You can see here's the Unger type. This is only the smaller one. I usually have a bigger version, but this is the smaller one. It only moves one direction. Here you can see. It has the same mechanism that pulls out here. Watch your fingers. That needs to get changed out. It's pretty bad. But you can see how the plastic collects any kind of rust or debris. And you can clean it, but honestly, most people just replace these. So let's get into the Sorbo razor here. Now you see it comes with this nice holster. It's kind of similar idea to the Unger, but it's much more compact. And it has a snap mechanism, and it has a Velcro that holds it in place. Now, one thing I noticed with using this is that you have to be very careful and be very aware of when you're putting it back in and out. So in terms of moving it in and out quicker, this one is a bit quicker, but this one is more secure. I lose so many razors using the Unger attachment here, the belt attachment. It's ridiculous. Like, even if I put it right in the front of my belt or the back of my belt, this will catch on something and then there you go. You're gone. Razor's gone. This one is definitely going to be stuck in place. It's a nice hard fabric material. You can actually clean it if you need to, but also you could put it in here without the worry of it like cutting through any of this fabric. And then of course it comes with a belt loop. So, all right, so let's get into the actual razor itself. So you can see here, the really cool thing I like about this razor is that it goes many different directions. You can go to this degree, like very slightly. So whatever you need, and it goes both ways too. All the way over here. I found this really handy in getting like really hard to reach areas and really odd angles. It came in super handy. The handle itself is a nice plastic. It's very hard plastic, and you can adjust it if this becomes loose. You could adjust it right here with a flathead. One thing is that you have to hold this different from a normal razor, and I still haven't gotten the hang of it, to be honest. You have to hold it kind of like a pencil. So the downside with that for me is that I'm a lefty, and I often hold my pencils kind of like upside down. So it's not very intuitive for me to hold it like a pencil. So I still kind of hold it like this, but honestly, I haven't seen much of a difference in performance. It still takes goop and plastic and tape right off the glass. And especially nowadays with all the signs people have on their doors, you know, you got to take off signage, take off old tape. This thing takes it off like butter. I'll show a video of one of my most heinous windows I've had to clean today, and it took off a lot of the tape much quicker than your standard razor. All right, so to take a better look at this, when you want to take this out and change out your razor, this actually opens up. It folds open, and you want to be very careful doing this. This opens up, and you can replace your razor. What you also want to do at the end of the night is you want to dry this out, right? You want to make sure this is nice and dry. You want to do the same thing. I'm just going to put it down here. You'll do the same thing with your razor. This razor, it still has good use. I could actually probably flip it and use the cleaner side. So at the end of the night, what I've been doing is that I lay out a dry cloth. Like so, let this rest here and let that rest on the top. It's nice and dry. Or you can even do it in between jobs, but I normally just do it at the end of my work day. And that keeps your razor from rusting. It keeps this mechanism safe so you don't build up rust. You could probably even lubricate this with something to keep the hinges nice and flexy. Yeah. When you want to get started the next day, you take the razor, you line it up with these little balls here, and then you close it. You can even put the razor in without opening the hinges, but it's just easier that way. And it fits right in there. It sits right in the razor. It doesn't have any sort of tab to hold it in place, but it doesn't need it because it's so nice and snug in here. All right, so that's a nice overview. I'll put this back in here, keep it on my belt. And then I'll kind of let you get kind of a comparison. All right, so that was my comparison and rating video of the Sorbo razor. Honestly, this is my new favorite razor. I would highly, highly recommend using this one and giving it a try if you've never used it before. If you're used to the plastic ones, this is definitely what I would consider an upgrade. The only thing I would say is that it slows you down just a scotch when you have to be more aware and be extra careful when you're pulling this in and out. You need to be aware of the Velcro here when you're putting it back in so it doesn't catch here, or you can kind of do this sort of thing and put it back in. Either way, you need to be more aware when you're putting it in and out. It's better to be aware than to have a very unhappy surprise of cutting your finger open. And I've done that in the past with other razors, so I've learned my lesson and would prefer not to learn that lesson again. Again, this is just a really unique razor. Give it a go. I used it on a couple construction cleanups recently, so it actually is good for heavy duty stuff. Another thing I did not mention was that you do not need to put a lot of pressure on the razor at all. Other plastic razors, you have to put a lot more pressure. This one, you do not. Also, you want to keep in mind that it is a thinner razor. So just like any razor, it can break, but just keep that in mind because if you put too much pressure on it, you will break it. All right. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate you guys coming back to my channel. Stay safe out there. It's a hot one. I know it's hot here in California. I don't know where it is. I'm sure some of you people that are back east are like, this is your normal summer weather, but it is definitely hot. And we also have had a lot of fires in our area. So that was my review of the Sorbo razor. Thanks for watching. Comment down below if anybody has a veteran experience using that particular razor or just has any questions about it. Thanks for watching. All right, have a good one.